What is going on, guys? Man, hey, look, check it. Football is back. I hope y'all are excited just as much as I am. I hope you're excited just as much as I am, yo. I know it's just preseason. I know it's preseason, and that's kind of a bummer. But look, it's a start. It's a start, and football's back. And I'm super, super stoked just to see the boys suit up, get out there, and just start hitting people. And so, man, it's a good feeling. I feel good. It's a good day. So look, let's just I'm ready to talk some football, y'all. You ready? I'm ready. Let's start with the offense, yo. So look, I really thought that I would have really liked to have seen Patrick Mahomes and some of the starting, really specifically Patrick Mahomes, get a few more reps than what he did. He had that one little bitty drive, and then he was out. He was out, and that's kind of a bummer. I wanted to see how he plays coming off of that injury. He had surgery in the off season, and I wanted to see a little bit of his mobility and how he looks out there, and we didn't get to see that. And like I said, it's the first preseason game, and so we'll get there. We'll get there. It's still early, but other than that, look, the starting offensive line, didn't they look good? They look pretty. They look pretty damn good to me. It's not much. We didn't get a very big sample size there, but they looked pretty damn good to me. And they come out there. Orlando Brown Jr. Went on record. He said that they wanted to go out there and they wanted to set the tone. That's what they're wanting. That's one of their goals this year is go out there and set the tone in the run game. And that's what they did. They went out there and they smacked the 49ers right in their mouth with a 10-yard run right off the bat. Now, we're not going to see a whole bunch of Clyde Edwards-Helaire in this first preseason game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just not going to see him because he's a running back. They get beat up enough. We don't need him getting hurt. So who knows what he could have done if he had extended time. But that's besides the point. The point is the offensive line. They looked pretty good. No one got even close to Patrick Mahomes. And that was really satisfying because we all know that one of the biggest reasons why we lost the Super Bowl is because of our offensive line. It was just trash. It was garbage offensive line. And Brett Veach went out there and he did his job like he's supposed to. And so far, his drafting ability and his ability to put together a team is just phenomenal. He's just doing a phenomenal job all the way across the board. His salary cap management, his scouting abilities, his ability to pick people off the streets. Brett Veach is just doing a phenomenal job. Pardon me. And so he went out there in the offseason and he revamped the offensive line, brought in Orlando Brown Jr., brought in Joe Thuney. Drafted Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. We brought in Austin Blythe. I mean, just a whole new cast of characters. And it's panning out, and it's refreshing to see. For so many years as a Chiefs fan, we just went through it, and now we've got somebody in here that is competent. So it's just as a lifelong Chiefs fan, it's absolutely refreshing to see. The wide receivers, other than Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill got a little bit of time just because he needs some reps in there. He needs some reps, and then two, we're not gonna injure him. We're not gonna put him at a risk to get injury. And on top of that, some of these young guys, Doris Fountain, Byron Pringle, they need reps too. And they need time to develop. Byron Pringle's been within the system a couple years, and he is making steps. He's absolutely making steps towards possibly even being that wide receiver too. He could very possibly be wide receiver too. And that's the issue with this team right now, offensively, is they have no definite wide receiver two. Demarcus Robinson is in the mix. McCole Hardman is in the mix, I guess, kinda. He's definitely not trending in the right direction. He had a drop pass last night that just was a drive killer. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but McCole Hardman's not taking any punt returns. He's not taking kick returns. I don't know if that's just to give young guys some more reps and more experience and get them in there. I don't know if it's just because he lost his duties to Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes was in there the majority of the game, and he killed it. He's doing a phenomenal job, and I'll talk more about that later. But to me, McCole Hardman is just not. He's not trending in the right direction, and I don't see him progressing that much in the off season, from off season to off season. He's just not. It's almost like he's just tabletopped. He's plateaued right there. But Doris Fountain he looked damn good. I believe he led the team. Let me see here. Yeah, led the team receptions, 4 receptions, 38 yards. And I know it's not a whole bunch, but he didn't get a whole bunch. He didn't get a full game either. But he looked good. He was getting open. His cuts were clean. They're crisp. They look really good in and out. He's got good speed. He's got good ability to track the ball. And, he looked really good. And then we saw in the first quarter, Byron Pringle, Chad Henne connected with Byron Pringle at the end of a drive to score a touchdown. Byron Pringle was wide open. It was a great route that he ran. And it's just absolutely wide open. Made it super, super easy for Chad Henne. Chad Henne had a great day. He had a great day. He looks good. He's not. We have Kansas City Chiefs have the best backup quarterback in the league. And we have the best quarterback and the best backup quarterback in the league. and I don't think that's even debatable. So, anyways, I digress. This team, it lacks a wide receiver too. No one seems to be stepping up into that position. The running backs looked really good though, didn't they? Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He looked crisp. His cuts are in and out, and his vision for the little time he was in there, his vision was really good. He hit a hole. He was very decisive. He hit that hole for 10 yards right there at the beginning, and outside of that, he didn't get many touches. So, Jarek McKinnon, the new running back that we acquired formerly of the 49ers, he looked really good. He had a couple good runs. And then he had a couple passes that he caught out of the backfield that is really good. And, if we know anything about Andy Reid and his offense, is that the running backs have to be able to catch the ball outside the back or out of the backfield. And so, that's a plus for him if he's trying to make the roster. What's up, guys? What's up, Mike Harris? Donnie, what's up, guys? How are you? So, yeah, the running backs overall, I thought they looked really good. I thought they looked really, really good. And the biggest thing I was looking for in this preseason, or looking forward to, in this preseason game was the tight ends. And I'm not talking about Travis Kelce. We know Travis Kelce's the man. He's gonna do his thing, and he looks good too. He looks besides his ridiculous mustache he's got going on. He looked like he need to be on the cast of Super Troopers or something. But that's besides the point. He looked good. He looks fit. He looks athletic as can be. He looks just like the same old Travis Kelce. But outside of that, Noah Gray, I was interested in watching Noah Gray and our new tight end, formerly wide receiver, Jody Fortson. See, Jody Fortson, he put on 20 pounds this offseason and converted from wide receiver to tight end, and that's probably the best thing he could have done for his career. The dude is just, he looks like a wide receiver built like a tight end. And does that remind you of anyone? Travis Kelce, maybe? You know what I'm saying? So he looked really good. And in the last drive in the fourth quarter, when we were trying to drive down the field to take the lead, we were running 2-minute drill. And what was his name? Steve Bouchel, I think. Shane Bouchel. Sorry, Shane. He was quarterback, and he threw a crossing route to Jody Fortson, and it was a little off target, but man, what a grab. What an absolute grab from Jody Fortson. He just reached out there with his left hand and just stuck it. Boom. and I was just like, damn. Like, dude has got some hands. And I've never seen Andy Reid keep 4 tight ends on the roster. I've never seen it. They're not. Here's what makes things interesting. They're not going to get rid of Noah Gray because he's their draft pick from this year, and so he's they're gonna allow him time to develop before they just get rid of him. Travis Kelce's not going anywhere, so that's 2. They just reacquired Blake Bell for his blocking abilities. Now, if Noah Gray can work out and step up his game, I was sorely disappointed in Noah Gray. He had a couple pass drops. One led directly to an interception. He did not, in any way, shape, or form, live up to the hype that we've been hearing from camp. But if he can live up to some of that hype, he's very good at blocking as well. So if he can go out there and start catching the ball and have that athletic ability that he naturally has, he's very good at blocking as well. And the reason why we keep Blake Bell is for his blocking abilities. So it kind of depends on Noah Gray for me. If Noah Gray can step up, we only keep 3 tight ends. If he doesn't, if he needs more time to develop into a better tight end, a more professional and more well-rounded, more fine-tuned tight end, that's fine too. We might keep 4 tight ends for the first time that I've ever seen Andy Reid do since he's been here in Kansas City. Pardon me. Jody Fortson has a real opportunity to make this team. And that should be exciting. That should really be exciting for everyone. He's got a tremendous upside. He's got tremendous upside. Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, no, our secondary, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Hey, guys, look, while I got you here, look, I hate doing this part. I hate doing it. But, look, if you can, take 5 seconds. It's completely free to do. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. All the... check out my links, yada, 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 yada. But please just take the time to help me out here. If you don't know anything about me, I'm a full-time student at the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University. This is a passion of mine that I'm pursuing. So just, take 5 seconds, help me out. I appreciate it. All right, I'm back. Where were we? Tight end. Okay, I think there's a very good possibility that they keep 4. I think they keep 4 tight ends. Um, the defensive line, right? So let's go to the defense, right? All right. The defensive line looked really good. Uh, they were consistently disrupting the quarterback, and I think they had like what, like four, 6 sacks, something like that. I mean, a good amount of sacks on the day. They were living back there in the backfield. So you know, Jerron Reed, new acquisition for the Chiefs. He looked really good. He made an impact. Colin Saunders made an impact. Chris Jones made an impact. Um, they all looked really good. And if I don't know if y'all noticed, Frank Clark didn't play. He was out with a hamstring injury, and so uh, when he gets back on the field, this defensive line is going to get better, and that's really what's exciting about this team right now is they're going to get better. I mean, they look good. It's preseason. I know I'm trying to like, keep my optimism down a little bit. But the thing is, man, is you can't help it. You just can't help it. They look good, and Tim Ward alone. Look, like I said, Chris Jones got a sack. Deron Reed, Colin Sanders, Tim Ward was the one. 2 sacks, 5 tackles on the day in his limited time. He didn't play the whole game. Had 2 sacks, 5 tackles. I mean, like this, and not only are they good, but they're deep too. They've got good depth. So, you know, they can withstand the duration of the season. Uh, the linebacker. Sorry, I had a message pop up on me. Um, the linebacker group didn't really. I don't know, man. It just didn't. It didn't really like. They didn't really impress me. You know what I'm saying? Like they did all right, I guess. I really like the fact that Nick Bolton is in there starting um, already. This defense, the thing about it is this defense that Steve Spagnuolo uses is a very complex defense. It's a very complex offense for Andy Reid when the defense is just as complex. It's just as difficult. And there's a lot of moving parts, and you got to know where everyone's going to be at. And so for a rookie, Nick Bolton, to come in and pick up as quick as he did, I mean, it's just remarkable. It's remarkable. He's been praised every day, almost every day at camp. He's in there making plays, and he's doing a great job. So I'm really glad that they've already got him. He's already in that number one spot, linebacker. Well, I mean, for the Will side, and then Anthony Hitchens. He looked. Was it me or did Anthony Hitchens look fast? I mean, he looked a lot faster. I don't know if he's just like mastered the playbook or because he's like not thinking about things anymore. He's just moving, or if he's went out there and he looks a little bit smaller to me. I don't know if he is or not, but he looks fast. He looks fast. He's out there and he's moving. He's moving, and that was refreshing to see. And maybe it's just because it's early in the season. We got fresh legs out there. He looked really good. Um, so the cornerback position, it amazes me really because we invest so little into the cornerback position. We invest so little into it, and it's it's just I mean it's really really good, man. Um, look, Mike Hughes wasn't working out over in Minnesota, and so the Chiefs saw some value in Mike Hughes, and they reached out and they made a trade. Last year, we went and picked up former first round pick DeAndre Baker. Now these are former first round picks. And so in the cornerback position, we know that Charvarius Ward is going to be on one side. He's cornerback one. And L'Jarius Sneed is going to be on the other side. For sure. Cornerback two. And Sneed looks really good too. He looks really good. He had really good coverage on a couple plays. They passed his way, and he still really had really good coverage. So glad to see he's still progressing nicely. And then Charvarius Ward is what he is. He's not much different than what we got last year, and he's gonna provide good quality work over there. I mean, he's a good quality cornerback one. I'd say top 10. I'm not sure, but I would put him in the top 10 in the NFL. I know there's probably going to be somebody that pulls up like PFF or something and proves me wrong on that, but whatever. But the battle right now is that slot position. Okay, so L'Jarius Sneed will probably move over to the slot position in the sub packages, but who's going to play on the other side of Charvarius Ward on the outside? And that's between DeAndre Baker and Mike Hughes. And it's super exciting to watch because this is two former first round picks, and they're out here battling it out. So the competition is high, and this is really a testament to quality over quantity. We don't need that many cornerbacks in the room. We don't need to address it all the time. We need quality cornerbacks. So I really think that, and then, Brett Veach, of course, is an expert at finding those diamonds in the rough. L'Jarius Sneed. I'm interested in, like, Bo Pete Keys and see how he develops. And then DeAndre Baker and Mike Hughes. They're picking them up for basically nothing. And Mike Hughes, he really impressed me last night. He really did. He really impressed me a lot. Not only in his work on the defensive side of the ball, but more specifically his work on the special teams. His return abilities. And I'll talk a little bit more about that a little later. So the safeties. Bolton was the only one that looked good. You think so? Bolton was the only one. I really thought that Anthony Hitchens looked like he had gained some speed. I don't know. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. And I'm with you there. I really hope Willie Gay Jr. comes back. Like, he has the potential to be. He's a thumper. He's a thumper. He has the potential to be like the next Derek Johnson. I was a little hesitant to say that, but that's who they compared him to after the draft, after we picked him up, and that's who everyone was comparing him to, was Derek Johnson. And he's got the same play style. So, I'm excited to see Willie Gay Jr. and see how he develops as well. But I'm really impressed with Nick Bolton. And I guess Anthony Hitchens is what he is. He's smart. He's smart, and so it's good to have that veteran presence as well. But let's see, safeties. Yeah, safeties. Tyrann Mathieu, of course, we got to start there, right? Because he's the best safety in the NFL. I'll just say it right now. I seen this article the other day. I think it was by like Mile High Report or something like that. And it said the Broncos had the best secondary in the AFC West. I was like, what? And I said Justin Simmons is the best safety in the NFL until proven otherwise. I'm like, y'all must have forgot about the Honey Badger. You forgot about the Honey Badger. That's the best safety in the NFL. And he's damn near the best cornerback in the NFL as well. So don't even play. Don't even try to play. Don't at me. All right. Just real quick, man. What we picked? We picked up Devon Key or Devin Key. And I think it was the fifth, or no, he was undrafted, is what it was. He was undrafted. That blown coverage there in the first quarter when the 49ers threw that deep pass, that's on him, man. He got it. If he's like, I'm glad to see him out there with the ones as an undrafted cornerback. Um, I'm glad to see him out there with the ones. That means he's picking things up quickly, and he can definitely develop into a lot more. But he is way out of position on that. He's way out of position on that play, and there's not any excuse for it. I mean, I hope Coach made him run extra laps afterwards. All right, all right. Back to the safeties. Tyron Hill, he's the best in the NFL. Juan Thornhill, he really I don't know. I feel like he hasn't really been the same since his injury. You know what I'm saying? Like he just since he blew his ACL, since he tore his ACL, I don't know. It's like he doesn't trust his knee 100%. And he played well into the third quarter, the end of the third quarter, and I think even into the fourth. I might be wrong, but I think he played deep into the game. I don't know if that's just to get him reps or if that's because he's kind of fallen down in the depth chart. But it'd be interesting to watch how that develops. This next game moving forward, it'd be interesting to see how that develops. And then how about Armani Watts, right? Huh? 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 Yeah. My boy, Armani Watts. Beautiful interception. Hopefully Thorne will get back to his rookie season. Hasn't been the same since he got hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He had that great Thornhill had that great first season. And man, I was super high on Juan Thornhill for a long time, but he hasn't regained that form. So, Armani Watts had a great game. The safeties overall, man, they look good. They look good overall. David, you said, what'd you say? Oh, you said the secondary overall. I thought you said safeties. Yeah, no, the secondary. Look, I don't think there's any way that the Broncos. I'm not gonna take it away from them. They got a good secondary. They got a good secondary. There ain't no denying that. But I don't think that they have the best secondary in the AFC West. I think the Chiefs, and maybe I'm being optimistic, the Chiefs have the best defense, and they have the best offense. And they damn well they might damn well have the best special teams. They might have the best special teams as well. Did y'all see Tommy Townsend? Y'all see Tommy Townsend? Boy, he kicked the shit out of that ball. Wow, he kicked it. No, 66 yards. 66 yards. Put it down at the 1 yard line. Kicked it out of bounds at the 1 yard line. I mean, talk about a bounce back from the Super Bowl. Now, he had a piss poor performance in the Super Bowl, but, it just like, it's good to see him, man, progress. I get a little excited, but it's good to see him progress. He consistently kicked it well all night, booming punts, coffin corner kicks, good hang time. Our special teams unit is just, it's like prime rib. A1. You know what I'm saying? Harrison Butker. He kicked that, what was it, 62, 63. He missed it. It would have been good from 60. It would have been good from 60. But I was glad to see Andy Reid give him that opportunity. But he did make that one from 52, I think. Let me see. He made that. He made one from 52, and then missed one from like 62. Is what it was. So but he's one of the, like, even the announcers on the show was like, look, this is like the most consistent kicker in the NFL. I think it was behind Adam Vinatieri. So it was good to see he's still true to form. And we very well we got one of the best. I mean, this is why Kansas City is one of, if not the best team in the NFL right now, is because it's just grade A all across the board. They have a really good offense, and as long as you got Patrick Mahomes on your team, you're gonna have an above average offense. Patrick Mahomes alone will put you in contention in just about any game. And our defense I believe is going to be above average. With all the oh, let me see here. Well, I guess I lost my I don't know what happened to my special teams footage here. Give me 1 second, guys. My apologies. There we go. Anyways, yeah, this is why this is why we have one of the best teams in the league. Is because all three of our units, both offense, defense, and special teams, are above par. They're above average. Of course, I believe with the core unit of Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Travis Kelsey, and the renewal of our offensive line, I think we're gonna have a top five offense, elite offense. And then with a couple additions, and Jerron Reed made a huge impact. We got Nick Bolton in there, DeAndre Baker, Mike Hughes. We added to this defense to make it even better. So yeah, moving forward, we've got Minnesota next week, I believe, and they watch this game. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out because traditionally with the four preseason games, on the third game is when the starters would get the most playing time. Well, now there's not that option anymore. So there's a chance that the starters in this second game might get legitimate playing time, which is going to tell us a lot moving forward on who's going to make the team and who's not going to make the team, who's making their mark to make this roster, and who's just kind of sitting in the shadows. So, look, guys, that's it for me. I'd love to sit here and talk. I'd love to sit here and talk all day. And I appreciate every single person that showed up to talk with me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this show every single week of the season. Every single week that the Chiefs have a game, the day after, I will be live on here just to talk to you guys. I love to talk football. I know a lot of people that tune in love to talk football as well. And this is it's fun, man. It's just a lot of fun. So look, I appreciate y'all coming in and watching and staying tuned. Do me another favor. Like I said, go to my page, like the stuff, like my page. Go to the description. I've got my YouTube. I've got my Twitter on there. Like that stuff. Follow everything. Share everything, and that way you can catch everything that comes out. You can catch me next week. I'm gonna create an event as soon as I get off of here. I'm creating an event for next week's show. Oh, next week's show, we're just gonna try it out and see how it works. But we're gonna do it in the morning. The day after, we're gonna do it that morning instead of that evening like we did this show. Um, so we're just like I said, we're just gonna try it out and just see how it works here, and see if it's gonna work better that way or not. But anyways, look, guys. Like I said, it was a pleasure. I love talking to you. I'll see you guys next time. Oh. And as always, stay legendary, my friends.